Hey, what's going on, guys? Minikute7B here. Welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Thunder 2000. This is at the Centennial episode. That is right. Episode number 100 here today at the Rock, North Carolina Speedway. We're the home of Dwayne Johnson, maybe. I don't even know. Anyway, let's go take a look at the what the business that we're going to be having here today. We're leading the points by 270 with about 4 races left to go. Essentially, the championship is essentially all but not for us. I mean, we can't choke up on it now, though. We still have 4 more races left to go. And our R&D drafting has gone through now. So now the next thing we're going to do is actually upgrade the downforce, because why not? That's exactly what we're going to be doing at this point, even though the car's already overpowered enough as it is. It's all in favor for the next season. Wink, wink. The next season, I would say. So let's get down to business. And we're going to repair this engine here. And we're actually going to sell one, because we don't need this anymore. There we go. As far as the chassis is concerned, we're going to build our Atlanta chassis. This is it. This is the Atlanta chassis. 83, 83, 80, 80. This is exactly what we're looking for. As far as that's concerned, anyway. We can actually overhaul a chassis, I think, now as well. We can actually overhaul this one a little bit here, and it'll be fine. Yeah, that's what we'll do for 2 races. So, we're good on that. Yeah, and we already got the stuff that we're going to be planning on building. We're actually going to be using not our strongest engine. We're going to use this one for Rockingham. I'm actually kind of saving the more powerful engines for, like, Homestead and Atlanta, because, of course, we're going to be needing more horsepower for those. So, with that being said, we're going to go to the Rock and let's see if we can actually break Jeff Gordon's record here with our 14th win of the year. I mean, I hope we can make this happen. Let's go do it. Okie dokie for a one and only qualifying lap, and I forgot how low the RPMs are with this track. Like, they really want you to have low RPMs here for some reason. It just doesn't seem right at all for this track. You can barely get up to 8,000 here for our one and only qualifying lap. It's so quiet compared to our other engines. Oh my god, the default setup does not want to turn. It doesn't want to turn. Anyway, let's get our lap. What time it's going to be. It's going to be a 12th place starting spot today, with Bobby Labonte and Kenny Irwin on the front row. Very interesting top 5, to say the least. I might seem like Bobby Labonte might just pull away with it. But not that I have anything to say about it, because we have a good setup here for you today. And now let's begin our 100th episode of the playthrough.
We're live from the North Carolina Speedway, otherwise known as the Rock side of today's NASCAR race, the Pop Secret 400, right here on MRN. Drivers say this place can be one difficult track to master.
Tires, tires, and more tires. You've got to take care of your Goodyear Eagles when you come to this place. Otherwise, you'll be sliding up into the wall before you know it.
Wally Dallenbach has not had the finishes he's hoped for in the past couple races.
I believe they got a good chance to turn their luck around right here. These guys have been working extra hard this week, and I think it just may pay off for them in the end.
The 56 car has an impressive average finish this year.
Well, points, points, points. Wins are great when they come, but top 10 finishes week after week are what build your points. Heck, you could win the championship on top 10s alone if you're consistent.
Alrighty, so again, Rockingham's one of my more favorable tracks on the schedule, but we've yet to have like really sort of like huge success in this track, unfortunately, in this playthrough. Let's see if we can actually turn that around today as we roll off 12th here today. We got Tom Bodine. I almost said Jimmy Johnson right there, because I thought, okay, already we're just our car's just so fast and it's just trying to take off. We just give Wally Dallenbach a shove immediately before the race even starts. Okay, outside line, a bit of a doozy, I would say, as we're back to where we started from. I apologize to Jimmy Spencer right then and there. Not sure what, that was a huge stack up. What, did I just like over break it? Did I just run somebody over like that? Or either way, it's in the past now. Hopefully Jimmy Spencer can recover from that. Already, ooh, we're already having, this is why I said that the engine upgrades were a bit of a necessity, because even Ricky Rudd still is all over my back bumper, trying to see if he can try to get around me. But we're gonna say no to that, as we're gonna have some slipstream here down on the front straightaway. We're gonna over brake our corner and just try not to sail it off in the distance. But we're still holding on to P11. We got, I think that's top of 9. I almost said Jimmy Johnson again because they have the exact same paint scheme. Oh boy, I don't know why that's the case. I guess maybe they both had that Kmart Ford looking paint scheme, I guess, at some point earlier in the season. Ford's helping Fords out right then and there. They just let Ricky Rudd just go on by with Top O'Dine just being in the way. So now we're back to where we started from in 12th. It's going to be a bit of a challenge for us today, where I think we're not going to be able to still be able to win our one of my favorite racetracks ever. But it's actually, it looks like Mark Martin just took the lead over Bobby Labonte. I think that's Mark now. Yeah, that's Mark. Kenny Irwin's still holding strong in third, but for how long? But we're going to go 3 wide here down the front stretch. Oh, Juan Roush Garb, we're going to have more Fords going after us. We're going to try to pass Brett Bodine here for the 9th spot, but he powers on through that outside. Man, those cars have a good amount of straight line speed as I overshot the corner a little bit, but we managed to park the bus, but not without Sterling Marlin trying to give us a little bit of a pass on the inside here. Come on, we got to get a little bit more. We're going to have to outbrake him going into 1, and we overbrake ourselves. Oh my gosh. I know they break early, but I was trying to break them, and I overbroke myself. So we fall outside the top 10 again. We're going to try to recover from here on out. Our title rival is already on our back bumper, and of course, you really don't want to mess with the Intimidator being on the back bumper as he goes wide. Already, the adjustments I'm already thinking of in my head is definitely an air pressure and a wedge adjustment. Definitely, for sure. We need to take a big swing on this thing. It's just absolutely tight still, even with a good chassis like this one is. This is our good chassis too, so definitely want to make some adjustments here. And the adjustments I plan to make are probably, at this point, maybe just go a full round of wedge down, or take out a full round of wedge, I would say. And probably like 2 psi on the air pressure here, because 22 is just not cutting it here. It may be better for a longer run. I don't think so, but I haven't felt like really much change besides it being tight. I mean, we're still running a 23.1 with 23.2s, which is fine, but not good enough for me, I don't think. I just don't think it's good enough. Whoa, okay, don't mess with the Intimidator, I guess. Whoa, we checked for damage and there's none. Thankfully, because we can keep on keeping on. We lost a spot to Dale Jarrett, and we're now outside the top 10. Unfortunate for us there. I think it's just still Mark Martin and Bobby Labonte just still pulling away here. Earnhardt, oh my gosh, I might have to let Earnhardt go. I don't want anything happening about what happened again. We are just fading away really quickly here, even with all the upgrades that we've had so far. So we're gonna have to let Earnhardt go and just try to manage our equipment. It's gonna be a terrible like first stint, unfortunately for us still. Hey, you can't be a winner every race, it seems. And more so, I believe the best way to tackle this race is to make a big swing. I know I said that already, but I'm just reiterating again, like, oh my gosh, we got very tight off the floor. It's definitely very tight. Like, it pushes so much. So we got to make sure we can make the correct adjustments for that. We are definitely struggling out here with a capital S. The plan actually is to pin it halfway. There really is no other. I need to come on in as soon as possible. So we're gonna do the 50-50 plan here today. It may not be the most agreeable plan on the horizon, but you can see I'm holding my joystick all the way to the left. I am struggling to get this thing to turn. It is very tight still, as we're gonna try to make a repass on Jeff Byrne down to the inside, but he might just be able to power through, and I don't want to hit him. So we're gonna let him go here. We can try to get the repass on him, maybe, I guess, in the second half of this race here. Jimmy Johnson's trying to make a maneuver on us down the inside. Yeah, our front tires are just not wanting to work here, which I don't blame. I don't want to go to work either, but here we are. Funny how I say that, or I'm still looking for employment. We're gonna think about maybe giving Jeff Byrne the bumper. No, but Jimmy Johnson's gonna go right on through anyway. So outside the top 15 we go. So I guess at this point is to try to do some damage control here on this first stint, and maybe we can try to regain it all back. I think all we're missing is like an adjustment or two. But I feel like I'm not getting as much drive off the... Whoops. I'm not getting as much drive off the corner, as I think the acceleration is just not as there. So we're going to try to... That's why I'm saying to lower the air pressures here, because yeah, it's going to wear out the tires a little bit more. But I feel like if I were to make this thing a little bit looser, it would definitely for sure like help out. Like, because my tires don't really squeal when I'm coming off the corner, so I feel like I'm just pushing those front tires just a little too hard here. Yeah, even though the lap times are, I think, about consistent, I haven't really been paying attention. But but the gap says otherwise. I mean, the leader's already on the front stretch. I think at this point, if we're going to try, I think a victory here is to salvage a top 10. I don't even know where Dale Earnhardt is. Oh, God, we're hit the wall. And we do hit the wall. As I say how tight this car is, it's still Mark Martin leading the way, though. I'm really impressed by him so far. He's doing really well. He might actually win a race that's not even a super speedway race, it seems, in his career mode finally, as Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s up to 6 already, so he's really fast in that number 3 car here. He's trying to capitalize on my struggles here today. This is why I said we can't, you know, celebrate just yet. How did it take this long for me to get around Kyle Petty as I damaged my right front by giving him a little bit of a nudge? That is probably the dumbest thing I could have done all day, is by racing that hard against Kyle Petty as he hits the wall. He's struggling out there too, it looks like. So I'm not the only one, it seems, but dang, man. Like, really? I damaged my right front to Kyle Petty, of all people? That's a skill issue. I know that for a fact. I just can't wait to come down pit road and put some 4 Dr. Feelgoods. That's what I'm hoping for. I haven't really reported anything because really nothing has really happened. There was like nobody around me besides like Stacey Compton, who I'm just passing now as he hits the wall behind me. It looks like pit stops are finally occurring. It looks like right there. I mean, we're gonna have to wait until like lap 49 because, you know, the fuel is kind of a dumb situation here at Rockingham, so we really can't have that much variety in strategy, except like maybe like hitting on lap 49 as our fuel, as you can see, is rapidly depleting. The lap traffic's really helping us out a little bit, trying to gain some time on Sterling Marlin, which, you know, we're gonna have Bobby Hamilton and Wally Dallenbach to thank there. Our fuel's getting very low as we're gonna get blocked by our man Bobby. Oh, my guy. I know I'm not that fast, but please help me. And there's Jimmy Spencer, who we unfortunately punted. I think it was only an opening lap or a lap after that. So hopefully no hard feelings from number 26. Yeah, we lost some time. We lost the time the whole race. I don't know what you're smoking, crew chief. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, we're still waiting. We're basically going to come on in next lap here because I cannot do this any longer. We're going to have to come on in as soon as we possibly can, which is not exactly what I wanted to do, really. I don't want to come on in as soon as possible, but I feel like we're going to have to, especially with the amount of strategy that we really do is kind of like bare minimum here, especially we're like 12 seconds back from the lead, even though we're in 10th place. That just goes to show you how fast some of these guys really are, as we have a retirement down there on the inside. That is Michael Waltrip, who was a huge factor in last episode's race at Talladega, trying to see if he can get himself a first win, but we're going to come on down pit road here. Not speed on pit road again. Yeah, we're going to make a big adjustment here, and that's the adjustment we're going with. A full round and 2 PSI. I think that's going to be, it's going to help us out. It's going to be a bit hard to control because it's the lowest possible wedge setting, but I think we can work this out here. I'm confident in my driving ability that we can actually do this. It's going to get loose as sin coming out of pits, though, because Rockingham's known to be a notoriously loose pit exit in the EA Thunder NASCAR games. All right, pretty good pit stop. We kind of held up Casey Atwood there, unfortunately, in the 19 car who's racing today, so nice to see him there. And we're going to try to see what we can salvage here out of the day here. Yeah, with that lap time being the best lap time, obviously I think I made a great call with the adjustment that we made. We're going to try to see if we can still salvage the top 10. It feels a lot better than what it did before, but it's still, I feel like it's still going to feel overall tight here. I know I'm just kind of pushing it a little bit harder because I'm trying to make up for lost time. Oh, 22.8. Oh my God, this thing is so much faster than what it was before. I know Draft had a little bit of a health factor there, but even so, I didn't even let off the gas. I don't know why the exhaust tubes came out like that. Yeah, this thing is so much better than what it was before. We're actually up to 13th now. We're going to try to see if we can steal 12th away from Marlon, who's just up there, as we're getting a little bit loose off the exit, but that's okay. Honestly, I kind of wanted it that way. I wanted it that way. This is the reason why I love Rockingham. It's such a challenge. You're always being challenged, like, each and every lap here. Oh! Oh, LePage, you almost made me want to know you for something else other besides LePage in the field. My goodness. I mean, he's a lap car, too. I mean, it's such a challenge, this track is. Like, each and every lap, it seems like it's a whole new challenge no matter what you do. And it's always a very challenging racetrack that rewards, like, veterans. So that's why I can't wait for it to appear on the Xfinity and Truck Series schedule. It's going to be such a blessing to see. I don't even know if the track's going to get repaved or not. So if anyone can tell me if Rockingham's getting repaved or not, let me know. I'm hoping they keep the surface there and to have some tire wear. I'm all for it. I'm hoping that's the case. Like, Rockingham is such a fun track, dude. Okay, well, that's not great. Earnhardt's up to 3rd. That's not great. He's up to 3rd, and we're in 13th. So we're going to lose about 10 place worth of points. I don't know if he's led a lap or not, but seeing how he's 3rd and I'm back here, that's still not great, but it's definitely manageable. We still have a long way to go, though. I'm kind of hoping for a caution to come out. That way we can put some 4-Doctor Feel Goods on it and just go hyper offense and just try to pass as many cars as we can before the race ends. We are nowhere near like race winning stuff, but I know I made the car better, so I feel pretty proud about the way it's been. Obviously, the tires wearing out is just, you know, it's always going to be, you know, a thing in this game where always the front tires get worn out first, no matter what. You know, especially the left front, which kind of annoys me how I can't get the right rear to wear out second compared to right front compared to Thunder 04. But, I mean, that's how you know you made a good setup in Thunder 04, is if you wear out the right rear tire before the left front tire. The left rear is wearing out more than the right rear. That's odd. Some laps I feel like I'm faster than the leaders. Other times I'm not. But I know it said out at one point I was like, I think just less than 10 seconds. Now we're 10 and a half back. So it kind of makes me wonder, like, if we could have had this, what's going on up here? Watch out now. Hey, that was interesting. I guess that calamity almost just happened in the front stretch. That's gonna bunch them back up together. We're actually, I think, gaining on Marlon and maybe even Steve Park a little bit because of the checkup that was happening there. But Jimmy Johnson's also gaining on us a little bit here. It looks like Marlon might be struggling compared to us here. Did Marlon maybe like miss an adjustment or so? Because we've been tailing him for like the last 20 laps. We're actually gonna be able to go past. I know he pitted 1 lap sooner than us, but we're actually gonna make a move on the inside here and try to pit him up against Bobby Hamilton. We're gonna try to see if we can actually keep that pin up there before he clears us, but he's gonna clear us no problem. Okay. We're gonna try again on the next lap here. We're actually gonna try again on the next corner. We're actually able to get the power down a little bit sooner, but compared to Marlon, we're gonna pin him up there, and we're gonna take 12th away. I don't think we're done either, because it seems like we're gaining on some of these other guys that have been pulling away from us since the word go. I'm telling you, this adjustment we made, we've hit the hammer on the head, but it's still a little bit tight. It's still a little bit tight because it's probably just me just overdriving the corners, though. I'm trying to catch up to the AI. I'm trying to push it. Push. But, yeah, the car feels a lot better than what it did before, though. I'm glad I made this change. Oh, the AI are struggling. They are struggling, and it's partially due to the lap traffic here. Weren't we just fighting for position with you, Brett Bodine, like not too long ago? Now we're putting you a lap down. Yeah, I remember those days. We're going to make a move on Steve Park for the 11th spot and maybe even catch up to Jeff Gordon, who's having a little bit of trouble with Todd Bodine. We can potentially steal a top 10 out of all this. Despite being a top 15, 20 car all day, we can just turn this into a top 10. Just goes to show you the amount of experience I've gotten over this game now, making the adjustments, even though when I think they're just not so bad. I barely even practice, to tell you the truth. So I'm like, okay, I didn't even do like a good fuel run to figure out like how bad it was going to get. So it was getting really bad on the tightness for that first run, and now we can try to potentially steal a top 10 out of this whole race. I'm gonna feel proud. I'm gonna take this as a win if we get a top 10. Honest to goodness, out of all this, I feel like I'm gonna take a top 10 as a win if we can get around Jeff Gordon. That is. Yeah, Jeff is definitely struggling here, too. He's definitely struggling with something. I think he pitted later than us, too, and he's still struggling a little bit. Our front tires are absolutely shot, but that's just how it is. That's why I got loose going off the gas there. That's why my entry there was a little bit messy. But yeah, the race for the 10th spot is still definitely on. We are not giving up here. We want to get ourselves a top 10 before this day is over. I mean, this will be definitely be our best Rockingham race yet. But even so, oh, we're going to have a good run off of 4 here. We're having side-by-side. Now, this is what racing's all about here at Rockingham right here. We're going to dive down the inside, get back off the gas, and just pin it right there. We're really not really gaining or losing that much time compared to the lead. Oh, Jeff Gordon has hit the wall. He's struggled a lot. Yeah, so 10th place is definitely ours now, but we got to hold on to it for another 5 more laps. I don't think we're going to be able to catch both. It looks like Jeff Burton and Johnny Benson that are up there. I don't think we're going to get those spots, but I'm perfectly content with the top 10 today. We are now coming to the white flag here. We're going to give Stacey Compton a bit of a rub here because we want to get down to that inside line before anything else. We're about 10.5 seconds off the lead, but that's just fine. Oh boy, I just want to hold on to this car for, yeah, at this point, I'm not even going to press the issue here. We're not going to catch up to those guys. We're going to not press and have Stacey Compton have at it. And we're going to come home in P10 today. I feel pretty good about this top 10 finish. I take that as a dub in my book. After struggling at this track, I'll take this as a win. Mark Martin ends up winning today at The Rock. His first non-super speedway win of the playthrough.
The lead changed hands quite a bit, didn't it, Barney?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Seemed like every time I looked up, there was a different leader out there. It was a busy race for those guys battling for the top spot.
And the 56 car got a top 10 finish in this one.
He had a shot to win. Of course, so did 42 other guys, but I'm sure he's still happy with the top 10.
This has been NASCAR Winston Cup Racing, brought to you by EA Sports and MRN. Next up is Phoenix.
So it is Mark Martin finally getting himself a non-super speedway win of this playthrough. It only took him 100 episodes in order to do so. But yeah, that Roush number 6, the Roush's golden boy, Mark Martin, in the Valvoline Ford, gets the dub here today at Rockingham in a dominating fashion, actually, as well. Him and Labonte were going at it for a little while there, but it ended up with being the Pfizer, the Kid, Martin. Mark, the Kid, Martin gets the win here today. As for ourselves, though, we got a top 10 run. I'm very proud of what we've done today at Rockingham. It's a really tough track. That's why I love this place so much here today. But your winner, Mark, the Kid, Martin today. Wow, we really made this car work at the second half of this stint. I'll tell you that much. Way to turn a crap box into a top 10 machine right then and there. I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm actually going to pat myself on the back on that one. I made a pretty good call. All right, so we'll look at your top 10 results. Mark Martin ends up winning today. Bobby Labonte in second. Dale Jarrett third. Ricky Rudd fourth. Tony Stewart fifth. Earnhardt Sr., who did get a finish ahead of us a little bit. Not by as much as he would hope for, as he knew I was struggling. He tried to press the attack there, but unfortunately, it didn't really work out for him as much as we ended up finishing in the 10th spot. Rusty Wallace 7th, Jeff Burton 8th, Johnny Benson 9th, and yours truly in the 10th spot. So we looked through the lap leaders. Mark Martin absolutely dominated. I thought it was going to be Bobby Labonte because he started on pole and you just waltz away from the field. No, Mark Martin showed up to play today. Good for him, honest to goodness. I'm glad he managed to get himself a win. As we take a look through the rest of the field here today. Yeah, kind of like just business as usual for essentially the rest of the field, it looks like down here. So, except for the blow-ups with Waltrip and Nadu anyway. I mean, yeah, that's just how it is at The Rock. All right, that was a really solid race overall. I'm not going to lie. We did lose a little bit of points to Earnhardt there, but it was still pretty much fine. I think we basically just win this whole championship at the end of the next episode here. I think we're definitely officially going to be the champion after Phoenix, it seems. It depending on how bad Earnhardt messes this up. We are going to be definite champions. We're probably going to try to clinch the championship at Phoenix, hopefully. Phoenix has always been a strong track for us. So hopefully we can actually do something about that. You know, three races to go. We could clinch this race 2 races ahead of time. We can clinch the championship after this race. And let's hope we do so here, yeah? Anyways, I hope you liked the episode. I had a lot of fun driving this track. I always love Rockingham. If you liked the episode, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. It helps out the channel quite a bit. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next one at Phoenix. See you guys then.